A Dog and Her 12 Boys. Episode 10. Zombie Liquid. The Siphon Hall. The spiral stair was slick with grinder dust. My paws left gray streaks. 12 boys moved in a thin line behind me. Metal walls pressed close, damp with the smell of rot and oil. At the bottom, air shifted. Bitter. Sweet. Wrong. I led them into the Siphon Hall, a cathedral of bone and steel. Rows of spine-saw chairs leaned along a tilted floor, each one holding a bound corpse. Tubes punctured spines, sucking yellow-silver fluid into clear rivers that ran down both sides of the hall. Twin streams met in a dark trench at the far end, where the fluid burbled like sick syrup. The smell hit first, fermented marrow and burned sugar. I sneezed. The boys gagged. Boy 7 swore under his breath. Boy 6, chest still bandaged from the grinder wing, hunched and kept moving. He always keeps moving. We ghosted in along the higher rail. Pipes hummed. Chairs squealed as undead twitched. The floor glistened with the residue of spill and overflow. My claws left wet clicks. I could taste iron and nerve endings in the air. 2 technicians worked below. Slender. Wrong in their hips and shoulders. Lab coats soaked dark at the cuffs. Their heads flicked like eels when they moved. Eyes milked with chemical glare. Another figure lurked by the drain lever. Male, lipless, humming to himself. We went silent. I watched the pattern of the pumps. Inhale. Exhale. Fluid pulses. Now, I commanded. Boy 10 moved first, fire weapon raised. He cut down the humming tech with a hiss of steam and a wet collapse. Boys 4 and 7 vaulted the rail, knives and short pipes ready. The remaining 2 techs went down fast. One head crushed against the rail, the other gutted in 3 silent hits. The room paused. Only pumps and the soft whine of the undead. Then one chair twitched harder. An alarm chittered. Valves spun themselves. The floor tilted further with a groan. Twin rivers surged. Yellow silver poured across the hall, rising fast. I barked sharp, but the flood was quicker. Thick, sticky. It dragged at boots, then thighs, then chests. Zombies broke free in the current, carried by their straps and tubing. Dead hands reached. A jaw closed on Boy 3's shoulder. He slammed the skull into a chair arm until the neck broke. I paddled. I found air for them. Up! Boys kicked free and climbed onto floating racks. Boy 2 swung a pipe underwater, caught a jaw, and the teeth spiraled away. Boy 9 went fully under and came up with a broken femur in his hand, drove it through a bloated skull. The current spun him halfway around, dragging a new corpse past his shoulder. He jammed the bone through its ear as it passed, riding the whirl like a killing wheel. The hall became a churned nightmare. Bodies, tubes, metal, spinning. The flood caught its own rhythm. Slow whirl first, then a sucking pull. Chairs bumped, arms windmilled, and the whole hall rolled like a drunk cyclone. Boy 6 fought like a wounded bear, chest wrapped, left arm barely working. He smashed zombie heads against railings until the water went red. His legs trembled, but he stayed standing on a half-submerged chair, panting. I swam past him, shoving floating limbs aside. Zombies clawed at my fur. I bit a throat, foul fluid spraying my muzzle. Boys dove and surfaced in rhythm. Staccato violence. A jaw cracked under Boy 7's elbow. A knife went in and out like a sewing needle. A floating torso got its head stomped twice before the spine gave. The whole hall became a hungry funnel, sucking us into a slow spiral. Water, blood, and spinal fluid twisted together, pulling the dead into a sloppy carousel of teeth and straps. I scanned the room psychically. Pressure. Sucking drain below. A wide grate under the flood, center of the tilt. The artifact's pulse beat faintly down there. "Boy 8, I growled. He floated nearby, pale, legs strapped tight, knife clutched in shaking hands. Weakest. Scared. Drain. There. He blinked, then dove clumsy. I saw his shape kick against the syrup. Zombies drifted toward him. Boy 1 followed, clearing the path with hard kicks and a blunt strike to a skull. 8 found the lever under the flood. His fingers pulled. It resisted. He kicked, screamed bubbles, yanked again. The hall groaned. A low whirl started at our feet. The thick yellow silver began to spin, dragging limbs and broken chairs toward the center drain. Boys clung to railings, gasping as the liquid spun into a slow, gurgling spiral. Floating dead spun faster, then slipped under with soft plops. When the last of the fluid sank, the room lay wrecked and glistening, chairs empty, tubes flaccid. My fur clung in mats of marrow slime. The boys panted in the sour fog. Zombie parts littered the floor, none of us clean. I shook, spattering yellow drops. My nose twitched. The artifact pulse throbbed from the darkness below. Down the drain, down the stink hole. I growled, low and tired. "We go down." I already hated the taste of the sewer,